Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to a brand new Division video. What I guess today are the top 5 best last stand and PvP weapons in patch 1.6. Not only is this a opinion video, but this is also a video based on what pretty much everyone uses in last stand as of right now. Don't get me wrong, you'll see a ton of players using different weapons like marksman rifles or shotguns or LMGs even, but the majority of players that do play last stand and PvP in patch 1.6 use one of these 5 weapons. Now if you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into this. Really quickly, one thing I want to say is all these weapons on this list are not in a specific order, so it's not like this one is better than the other one. It pretty much depends on your build and what type of player you are, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Also, if you guys do disagree with a certain pick of a weapon I do include on this list, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know which weapon you would replace, and let me know which weapon you would add. But without further ado, let's get back into the video. Coming up first, we have the MP7. Now the MP7 has always been a really good submachine gun, although there was a time in this game where it just got completely nerfed. It was really bad for PvP and PvE, and no one really used it. Right now in patch 1.6, you see a ton of players use it. I used it myself with a Predator's Mark build and also a Striker build, and let me tell you guys something. This gun honestly melts. The talents I do have on mine are deadly, unforgiving, and I'm pretty sure it's responsive. So if you do get a MP7 with those talents, make sure you keep it and make sure you use it because it's honestly really strong. Although the MP7 is more of a close quarter gun and you can't really use it at a far range gunfight, I mainly use this weapon as a secondary weapon for like my assault rifle or anything like that. So if I have to finish a player off or if I just run out of ammo in my primary, I can switch to the MP7 and kill him really quick. Coming up next, we have one of the most underrated weapons in patch 1.6, and that is the MDR. Now, I used the MDR back on the PTS, and I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It does so much damage, and I see a lot of people using this weapon in last stand. And don't get me wrong, although this is a single shot weapon, it might be a little bit difficult to use for some people. If you do get good with this weapon and you have the right build of like Firecrest or even Predator's Mark or even Sentry, this weapon does so much freaking damage, and I've seen a lot of my friends roll brutal on it because whenever you get a headshot with this weapon, it does a ton of damage and you can honestly two-shot someone from a very long distance. So like I said, the MDR is my next weapon on this list. Next up, we have probably the most used weapons in patch 1.5 and patch 1.6. What I'm talking about are the LVOAC and the lightweight M4. Now, I couldn't really decide which one to put in this list because both of them are pretty much the same weapons, they just have different names. But I did include the LVOAC and lightweight M4 because that is the #1 weapon most of the people use in last stand. And the main reason behind that is because it's so easy to find and it's really easy to get. It's not something like the MDR, which is a exotic, and it does take some time to get. The LVOAC or the lightweight M4, 99% of players already had from previous patches, so whenever you have something like responsive, unforgiving, and deadly, and you have like a Striker or a Predator's Mark build, I would definitely recommend using this weapon because it melts up close and far away. The next weapon on this list is the MP5. Now when I'm talking about the MP5, I am talking about like the Navy MP5 or the regular one. I am not talking about the burst fire one because that one isn't really that good. In my opinion, I would rather have something like a Navy MP5 with, responsive, unforgiving, and competent, rather than a burstfire MP5 because that one doesn't really stand that much of a chance up close. Because don't get me wrong, although that weapon does way more damage than the regular MP5, you're gonna get completely melted up close if someone has a high fire rate, pretty much gun. So like I said, use the regular MP5 or the Navy MP5, and I've been seeing a ton of players use this gun with a D3 build and absolutely destroying people. Last but not least, my favorite weapon for PvP in patch 1.6, and that is the Bullfrog. Now, although the Bullfrog might be a little bit harder to get than any of these other weapons on this list, if you do get yourself a Bullfrog with really good talents, for example, I'm pretty sure mine has like Uncomplicated, Unforgiving, and Deadly. If you can get yourself a Bullfrog with those type of talents, you will honestly fall in love with this weapon. It does so much damage up close, it's so good, and especially if you don't put any stability mods on your weapon and just roll stability on your backpack, this weapon will become a laser beam and you will also get the 15% extra damage from Uncomplicated. So like I said, the Bullfrog is my last pick on this list. I fell in love with this weapon since the patch came out. I just been using it from the start and I really like it. I'm pretty sure the most kills I have gotten with this weapon is either 28 or 29. Somewhere around there. So like I said, if you get yourself a Bullfrog, definitely use the weapon. Anyways, that pretty much concludes the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.